everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Dragon Age The Veilguard Blind. I'm your host, Lisan Faye, and... Okay, yep. I guess there are multiple conversations in here to have.
Why do you run around in fancy mage clothes?
Because I like them?
You're barely even wearing a shirt.
You fight Anton with a bare midriff.
Everything all right?
Why are we
We're
judging
fine.
each other's clothing?
Just trading fashion tips. So what I wear is a problem for you?
It's not. It's just... Why dress like that? Are you trying to make your mother happy?
What's going on?
Tosh, what's going on? Something is clearly bothering you.
My bet's on mothers and dresses.
It's just something my mother said the other day. That I act more like a man than a woman.
And you feel like you should wear dresses to make her happy.
No. Can you imagine me in a dress? I'd look stupider than I'd look stupid.
Yeah. It's not about the dress.
This isn't about the dress, is it?
No, it's... I don't know. She always says stuff like that. About how I dress, how I act.
And?
It feels... right. When she says I act more like a man. It feels... right. Why does it feel right?
Tosh, do you like being a woman?
Nobody likes being a woman.
Ah.
This is stupid. Forget I said anything.
Okay. I have no idea how what Rook would respond here. I don't want to say this. I think I'm gonna go with one. And yeah.
If you don't want to talk about it anymore, we won't. But whatever this is, this team is here for you.
I still don't know what this is.
Some of my friends in Minrathas talk about not feeling comfortable in their own skin. As a man, as a woman. I could see if they'd like to talk. Maybe what they say fits how you're feeling.
Yeah. Okay. And thanks. You do look really pretty.
Oh?
To look at, I'd smudge your makeup.
Thanks for letting me down gently.
Okay. Cool. I'm happy with how that scene resolved. Yeah. Is that scene as short and as it is, like, carries a decent amount of weight. I have multiple friends who are trans, and I had known them for years before they transitioned. And so some of that conversation, like, hits a little close to home for that. And so that's why I'm not, like, why I was a little frozen in the moment. And thankfully all my friends have made decisions that were right for them and for who they are, and I'm really proud of them, and I love them and I care about them. But yeah, I always freeze in those moments, even in real life, and because I'm never sure what to say. So yeah.
Lucanus, where is he?
He's not here. What? But there was a timed conversation. Ah, shit. That's not good. That's not good. Crap. Yeah, I was not expecting that kind of conversation. Alright. What's going on?
Back, demon! No further! Isn't standing up to them supposed to work?
Let Lucanus go! Don't make us hurt both of you!
What's going on? Lucanus?
It's not Lucanus, it's the demon. It's taking him over. He's trying to leave.
Smells like jam and brimstone.
Rook, do something!
Crap. Now I've got another person who's possessed who's trying to run away. Or at least the thing possessing him is trying to run away. Alright. Spite appreciates humor. So we'll go with that.
Lucanus, wake up!
Ugh. What the?
You tried to walk through the Illuvian in your sleep.
Oh,
Spite wanted out.
I need coffee.
yeah, probably, but we need to come up with a longer term solution.
You can't just caffeinate your way out of this.
It's hard for Spite to take control when I'm awake, so I try to stay awake.
You can't just stay awake forever. I think that would kill you.
Yeah.
I'll be more careful next time.
Our mages could help, yes. I'm considered part of that. Tempted to ask if we could talk to Spite.
We have to make Spite understand that he's endangering you.
He's Spite, not learning. He doesn't listen to anyone. Don't worry about it. This won't happen again. And thanks.
Alright, let's go make you some coffee. Questions on demonic possession. Is that in here? Why do demons seek to possess the living? Oh, this is... Yeah, I was gonna say, isn't this... I think this is the same codex entry that's, like, all the way back from Origins. We know that any demon will seek to possess a mage, and upon doing so will create an abomination. Not necessarily. Most of the world does not know, however, that the strength of an abomination depends entirely on the power of the demon that possesses the mage. This is true, in fact, of all possessed creatures. One demon is not the same as any other. Demons can, for instance, be classified. Enchanter Brahms' categorization of demons into that portion of the psyche they primarily prey upon has held since the Tower Age, except from the Maker's First Children by Bader, senior enchanter of Ostwick. Emmerich declares this categorization limited by Navaran standards, and Nev claims it makes the matter overcomplicated based on what she's seen. Either way, it speaks only of mages. Again, every text says I should be dead or impossible. There must be something else. That's really neat. Tosh notes, meeting Shadow Dragons to talk gender stuff. Oh, cool. Writing notes to work through gender crap. Showing to Rook for help, maybe. Maevaris is pretty. Tarquin, though, both trans. Both open about being trans and said I could share stuff if it helped me on my journey. I did not ask for a journey. Trans means was other gender, then changed. Wait, no, that was a new thing, just not acknowledged. Or was always new thing. Not changing, affirming. Trans woman is woman. Yeah, okay. I am not going to read all of this. But it's there. I think it's really cool that it's there, and I appreciate the fact that, like, yeah, that Tosh is being like, hey, I need to work through this, and Rook has said that they would help, and so maybe I should ask Rook for help. Maevaris saw notes and is mad. Write this down exactly. You're valid. People will say you're not enough or too much of that. Do not let it diminish you. No two journeys are alike. That's wonderful. Embrace it. Did you get all that? Okay, fine. But yeah, no, like, this is really neat that there is a full discussion here. And I really appreciate that. What? So this is the statuette? Ah, crap. I have conversations I need to have still. Alright. You've all split back up. I've caught up with you. Crap. There's so much to do this episode, and okay.
I cannot say.
Who created you?
I cannot say.
What can you say?
I cannot say.
Right. Deserve that.
Got the archive spirit working, I see.
Rook, you're here. And I did. Sort of. A little bit. It appears, but it won't tell me anything.
You simply ask the wrong questions. A common affliction of the weak-minded.
Also that. It's kind of mean.
Just insult it right back. Assuming you know how to insult a spirit?
I've never thought about it. How would you do that?
You're too
might know.
nice.
That is an idea. Syrian learned a lot, taught me a lot about these archives. They have, well, not thoughts like us, but sort of pathways, I guess. They can only respond to specific questions worded in specific ways. So, if you're powerful, like almost God-level powerful, How would you talk to someone you see as lesser?
Really condescendingly, based on experience so far.
Right.
Yep.
You wouldn't ask questions, you'd tell them what to do, so let's try that. Archive, tell me who built you.
One of the greatest of Elvenan, a steward of her glory. Truly, I was blessed to bathe in his warmth. Anaris built me, and to him I shall someday return.
You mean the Forgotten One?
I cannot say.
Good point. That was us.
Yep.
Anaris. I know I've heard that name before.
Yeah, a Forgotten One. Remember the nursery rhymes? Don't speak their names or they'll come for you. Unlike our so-called good gods, which, well, we saw what happened there. So who knows what they really were? The Forgotten Ones. They used to say Solus was one, so best case scenario like him. Worst case, well, you heard it talk.
Right. So this thing's dangerous if it belonged to one of them.
Could be, but still important and invaluable.
Hey, you got it
Everything
talking.
Anaris knew, this thing knows, and my people deserve to know.
No.
If I can get it to tell me.
Archive. Tell me about the Evanuris.
A group of cowards hiding behind their more powerful magic and superior numbers. Their jealousy of Anaris was palpable. Their war is unending. But Anaris will prevail.
Okay.
Archive. Tell me about the Dreadwolf.
An ideologue and a fool who will soon pay the price. When Anaris dispatches the Evanuris, he will spare a thought for Fen'Harel.
Well, good luck.
Have fun with the condescending spirit.
I'll try. Could be worse, I guess.
Worse, like the wound of betrayal Lord Anaris suffered. Soon he will cast down the oppressors and take his rightful place.
What a shame I can't stay longer. Good luck.
Appreciate the support.
Oh boy. Huh. Lots of conversation going on. Okay. There's a read. Another chest washed up in the lighthouse. Not sure whether it's just luck or if we've got a friend out in the Fade who wants to help. Okay. Well, let's hug the griffin. Such a good boy. Alright, I am curious if Lucanus makes any comments.
Minrathos, I cannot imagine what Nev feels.
Okay, that's... a little behind time. How am I doing here?
Offer, dweller.
I
I
need
will answer.
6 more. Okay. We'll come to that. Emmerich has a quest. This is a very chatty episode.
Rook, interested in visiting the Memorial Gardens?
What are you up to?
I must tend to some rites in the necropolis. I'd like to show you its more peaceful side.
Why do I feel like this isn't going to be peaceful? That, or it's going to be that's going to be the non-fighting outing. I may be okay with that. View the regret.
You cannot do this, Algernon. You swore that we would give up our commands when this horrific war was over.
Our people need our leadership. If you're unwilling, leave.
Our people must rebuild, and we must help unite them.
So, we did not fight for freedom, but to conquer this land and our own.
We fought to win, and now the Evenuris are as gods. I do not answer to Mythal's annoying lapdog.
The people are afraid. They must believe in something.
They need strength.
And wisdom.
They need gods who can protect them.
We are not gods. You will learn that.
Every lapdog hides a wolf inside.
Wow. Love the art, though.
That was strange. They were speaking Elven, but I understood it.
Oh,
I
everyone's
believe
here.
we have experienced a memory in each of our native languages.
Not just any memory. One of the Dread Wolves.
And the mages who declared themselves my gods, well, mine and Davrin's, and Rook's.
Oh, boy.
It's not every day you witness the start of a religion. I wonder if they're all this disappointing.
I wish they were monsters. Something grand and terrible. Seeing them like that, they're no better than Tevinter nobles.
But no worse, either. They were people. And people can let you down.
Indeed.
All right. What else can we take from this memory?
Elgranon was hungry for power. Did anything he could to get it, and to hold on to it.
Then Solus, furious at Elganon's installing himself as a despot, started his rebellion.
There's another moving part in this. Mythal. She was keeping the peace.
Mythal and Solus were close. The Inquisition found a temple to Mythal, and there were wolf statues everywhere.
Uh-huh.
Then she sides with Elgernon over him. A betrayal.
But... the thing is like, as far as I can tell, he's not angry with her. At least, not for that. And also the other gods do eventually go and murder Mythal, which we know from Inquisition. I see both of these as valid things. Which would be emphasized by Rook more? Probably commenting on the fact that he was angry.
It sounded like Solus was loyal to Mythal. What did Elganon call him? Mythal's lapdog? And then she grabs power alongside Elganon instead of standing for her principles. I'd be angry too.
Angry enough to start a rebellion?
That's not how he'd see it. He didn't destroy the world. Elganon did. Solus did what he considered necessary to stop him.
Solus would try to justify what he did, but he'd also blame himself for what happened.
Yeah.
Perhaps these murals aren't simply memories. They're what Solus wishes to forget.
His regrets. That means they're a way to learn his weak points.
Why are we worried about Solus? He's trapped.
Right. But the Dread Wolf was the god of trickery. He's looking for a way out. Bet on it.
Oh,
Meanwhile,
indeed.
keep your eyes open in the crossroads. If there's a way to restore the rest of these murals, Solus would have kept it in his hideaway. It'd be nice to get inside his head for a change.
Indeed. Okay, so there are more. Probably because I've gone through and seen more. Alright. Everyone's talked to me, yes? Alright. I've got quests pretty much everywhere right now. Maybe I come back out here with Davrin and someone. To finish getting those. Nope. We're gonna hop down. Oh, okay. There is another one we can watch.
I was not certain you would come.
You were the one who walked away. I never turn my back when my friend needs me.
The Evanurus seek the magic of the Blight.
Impossible. The Blight is safely sealed away forever.
Though I wish I could believe you, I have sensed the breaking of the wards.
I will investigate your claims. If they forget the danger of the Blight, I will endeavor to remind them.
What if, instead, you left the Evanurus and remained with me? Do you not wish for freedom from this struggle?
Be at peace, love. I will stop them.
Oh, boy.
As you must. The Blight is our mistake.
Did Mythal call Solus love in that memory?
That's what it sounded like.
So they were doing it.
The elven gods were free with their emotions. They felt things deeply. The way they expressed things, well, it feels romantic to us, but that wasn't really how it was. Back then, I mean.
Nah, they were doing it.
The I don't think so and ick is actually kind of funny. I don't know. Maybe Rook probably wouldn't want to talk about it. This Rook anyways. Mostly because one of them is technically trapped in her head. Sort of.
Whether they were doing it or not, Solus cared about her. That's what matters.
So the Dread Wolf goes to Mythal. They might be fighting, but they have history.
And he warns her about the other gods using the Blight. That's more important than his rebellion. It's like kingdoms coming together when an archdemon rises.
Mythal didn't think it was possible. She said the Blight was sealed away. There's an old legend about it. Davrin, the one with Andrul's armor. Not sure it matters.
Remind us of the story.
We're deep in elven lore already. What's the legend say?
Right. Well, Andrul was the goddess of the hunt. She put on armor, magic armor, made of something called the Void, drove her mad.
I remember this one. The other gods were afraid Andrul would turn on them. She was doing all kinds of horrible things, causing plagues. It does sound like the Blight.
Well, it all ends with Mythal fighting Andrul. After, Mythal turned into a dragon.
She what? Why didn't you start with that?
Anyway, she took Andrul's armor away. Then Andrul's madness left, and peace returned.
Intriguing. So it's possible Andrul stumbled onto the magic of the Blight.
And when Andrul went mad, Mythal took it from her and locked it away.
Until someone started using it again.
Smug is definitely not how I would have described Solus in that memory. Guilty and worried is how I would describe him. Probably guilt, though, primarily.
Okay. Solus warns Mythal about the other gods using the Blight. It's not just bad, it's something bad he feels responsible for. The Blight was our mistake.
How is the Blight their mistake? Did they find it? Did they make it? What does that mean?
Whatever it was, it convinced Mythal to take him seriously.
So Mythal goes off to investigate what Solus says. Then, what? It's too clean.
Seems plenty messy with them doing it.
But this isn't just a memory. It's something Solus wanted to hide. What's the crime? What did we see here that he feels guilty about?
She was
I
killed.
think I might know. When the Inquisitor was saving the world from the breach, she met Mythal.
What? Like in a dream?
No.
It was complicated. She helped the Inquisition. There was a magic pond and a dragon.
Nice.
The point is, she also said the other elven gods betrayed her, killed her.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, point of order. If they killed Mythal, how was she still around to help the Inquisition?
Elven god magic? She'd spent centuries gathering strength and sharing people's bodies, I think.
If it was a truly benign possession, that speaks to her character.
No. And he blames himself.
Solus tried to do the right thing by warning Mythal about the other gods using the Blight, but he got her killed.
Well, it's not just that she died.
What do you mean, Tosh?
It's... Ugh. There was stuff he wanted to tell her, but he waited too long, and then she was dead. He never got to make it right. That twists you up.
That's it. There's our crime.
Doesn't really tell us anything we can use, though.
We know more than we did. That's something.
Then I guess we keep our eyes open if we come across more of these memories.
Well, and... oh boy, I've got another. Maybe we do that next time. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and leave this episode here. I want to thank you all so much for tuning in to this episode, and in the meantime, in between time, take care, have fun, and happy trails.